Terrifying news today. Our buddy, Joey Biden, has dropped out of the presidential race. Shortly thereafter, endorsing his VP, beautiful, wonderful, terrific Kamala Harris, who loves to lock people up. She loves it. She was the Attorney General for California. She was all about the lockups. Let's take a look at that real quick. Kamala Harris AG office tried to keep inmates locked up for cheap labor. Wow, they really like when inmates fight their wildfires and make their license plates. Ordered to reduce the population of California's overcrowded prisons, lawyers from then California Attorney General Kamala Harris's office made the case that some nonviolent offenders needed to stay incarcerated or else the prison system would lose a source of cheap labor. In 2011, the Supreme Court ruled in Brown v. Plata that California's prisons were so overcrowded that they violated the Constitution's prohibition of cruel and unusual punishment. 3 years later, early 2014, the state was ordered to allow nonviolent second-time offenders who had served half their sentence to be eligible for parole. By September 2014, plaintiffs in the class action lawsuit were back in court, accusing California of slow-walking the process, which lawyers for Harris's office denied. Of course they're not doing that. They would never do that. Lawyers for Harris wrote in the filing, noting that the fire camp program required physical fitness in addition to level of clearance that allowed the felon to be off-site. Not only that, they noted, draining the prisons of minimum custody inmates would deplete the labor force, both internally and in local communities where low-level nonviolent offenders work for pennies on the dollar, collecting trash and tending to city parks. A federal three-judge panel, that's how we get the homeless employed. We send them to prison and then make them work for nothing. She's onto something. I don't know if it aligns with the Constitution, and the law, but she's definitely onto something as far as the idea of developing a system of slavery. So, you got to take the good with the bad. Why be so critical when you can celebrate her wonderful idea with what to do with those people that aren't really listening? We sent them to the education system. They didn't really get it. So we got to bring them back into the prison, educate them again, get them back in the schedule, tell them when to eat, tell them when to do everything. And maybe someday, after you work off your debt to society, we'll let you out. Probably not, though, because we're going to get addicted to the cheap labor. TVs are going to get even cheaper. Honestly, we could incarcerate half the nation. You'd have a pretty substantial workforce then. Could be a great idea. So I think we should consider her, We should consider her ideas. Yeah, garbage. Okay. Biden drops out and endorses Harris. Biden endorses Harris to be the next Democratic presidential nominee. The best part is, too, and a lot of voters are really going to love this, you didn't get a choice. That's perfect. We just kind of keep the guy we know we're going to have drop out in the race until it's too late to have a primary. Because, the leaders of the Democratic Party know better than you. So just shut your mouth. Just shut your mouth. You sound stupid having an opinion. And no surprise, they already had superdelegates on standby in case they did have a primary and the American people spoke. They could just use the superdelegates to take it away from, Bernie Sanders or, whoever they don't like. Whoever is not going to be a good boy or girl and listen to what they're told to do. Obviously, Kamala, you give her a job, you tell her, hey, can you make this happen? She has no empathy. She has no idea of making this nation greater and freer and rehabilitating people under her. She's like, where's my boots so that I can get some people under my boot heel? right now. There's some criminals out there that I'd love to step on their neck, put them in prison, and make them do free work for as long as I possibly can. Now, at face value, we can say, yeah, Kamala might be the choice, but nobody likes her. They don't even show her as VP. There's no clips of her, barely any. For the most part, she's kept behind the scenes because when she opens her mouth, she says things that make her even more unlikable. She just has that effect. When she speaks, people stop liking her. Even if they didn't really like her to begin with, they like her less. More speaking equals less votes. That's going to be a difficult road to hoe. But there is a bright side. By stepping aside, Joe Biden has brought the number down, the number of people Hillary Clinton would need to assassinate down to just one. Biden has voluntarily taken himself off the table. So no longer is a threat to Hillary's ability to come in and steal that nomination so she can get a do-over with Trump, because she knows deep down that that election, I can't say it, was not right. You know, otherwise you get taken down. You can't talk about anything controversial regarding voting, or the video just gets taken off for misinformation. But when Hillary said it in 2016 that there were some problems in that process, you know, she feels like that wasn't fully investigated. She feels like in a fair, drag out, knockdown race, she can take Donald Trump all day long. And if she can get Boeing to support her campaign, between the combined assassination powers of the Clintons and the Boeing Corporation, Donald Trump has no chance unless we put him in a lucite glass box or whatever, something from Star Wars that's fairly portable and light, but still resistant to both bullets and laser weapons. Because those exist, folks. Let's not kid ourselves. We know that the government has laser guns of all different types. No bullet. No bullet. Just like the ice guns that the CIA used to have. These are even better. They shoot light. There's no bullet drop. Speed of light is faster than a bullet. A lot of good things about it. So, what do you guys think? Who do you think the nominee is going to be? What kind of a mess are we about to get ourselves into? I mean, we've only had an assassination attempt on presidential campaign candidate, and then the other guy has completely dropped out of the race now. So things are going really great. And, you know, I can't wait to see the outcome. I'm sure it's going to be nothing but excellence and greatness. Just like everything else that we're doing in this nation. You know, I remember a time when I wasn't really concerned about the concept of civil war. I was very relaxed. I was lazy. Wasn't thinking about the big picture. I was just busy with my own life. I wasn't, you know, thinking, oh man, there's some problems at the top with this country. And you know, I don't miss it. I don't miss I was so relaxed and bored. I'm just glad for some excitement. I watched the Hunger Games movie and I was like, this could be our reality someday. Little did I know that only a short decade later, we would be watching it unfold. And you know what? May the odds ever be in your favor. Because who the fuck knows what these idiots we have put in positions of leadership are going to do next. If you're not at all worried, keep voting for the same people, because things are going great as they are. I'm going to vote straight down the line, try to get all the incumbents back in there because they're doing such a great job. But, you know, we could consider maybe doing something different. You know, if you want change, maybe vote for different people. You dumb motherfuckers. I just don't know. You know, we can only blame them if we didn't vote for him. Be careful what you ask for, because sometimes you get it. And that's the situation we find ourselves in today. We've elected the mafia into our government. And that's where they've gone. Oh, where'd the mob go? That's so weird. No idea. They must have disappeared. They must have given up, closed up shop. Nope. They just moved up into a position powerful enough so that they can hide the fact that they're running our government. Anyway, go out on the lake. Do something nice today. It's a beautiful sunny day here. I don't care if it's raining where you're at. Still go out. Just do something. Don't stare at these screens and drive yourself crazy. Who cares? Whatever's coming is going to come. Just prepare yourself with emergency rations, level 4 plates, thousands of rounds of ammunition, multiple redundant weapon systems, and hope that you don't have to use that stuff. But it's good to have it. Anyway, the link is down below. I'm selling all this stuff out of a basement. It's coming from China, so you know it's got minimum lead. Not a ton of lead, just a little bit. Just enough to keep your lead levels in your blood high enough so that you feel great, like I do. Alright, I'll see you again sometime. Maybe never. Maybe again. I don't know.